Good morning, beautiful friends. It is an absolute delight to be here yet again with you. I'm just making sure, yes, that we are recording. I'd love to hear from you how your experience was yesterday, and also during the day. I have had a few of you contact me. I've also seen one of you face to face for our scheduled session. So it was beautiful to continue to support you in the way that I can, hold the group energy as well as the one-on-one with those of you that I am supporting in that one-on-one space. I will get into it. Our time is precious. And today, what I would like to talk about, first of all, is the door is open and I'm further out because we're going to do a stand-up practice, which I'm going to talk about very soon regarding the kidneys and the bladder. And my little pussy cat is in here with us right now. So if you hear her meowing, she wants to be a part of the action, even though she's been fed. But when we do the meditation, I'm going to change the position of where I am, come further in, close the door. The kidneys. Let's talk about the kidneys. It's really, really important. Not only through what we have learned over the centuries through Chinese medicine, also in our modern day allopathic field of medicine as well, the kidneys and the bladder are associated and connected. And the energy is connected, and the feeding of the reproductive space, a lot of that comes from the kidneys as well. So yes, there's hormonal health that we all know about. Nutrition is really, really important because the stomach lining and everything that's associated, all the cells and the different, just the different textures, structures within the stomach and the GI tract is closely related to the uterine tract as well, which I won't go into all that detail today. I do that. I do that through other forums, one-on-ones, as well as the teachings that I've got on some of the courses. And so with the kidneys, my friends, Chinese medicine says that, and my Qigong master taught me that they are the batteries of the body. And what I mean by that is the energy and the qi that is stored, the life force, or in the Tantra teachings, we call that ojas, O-J-A-S, the ojas is the essence of life force. It's the elixir. And the kidneys give that energy and feed that energy into the reproductive space. And so when we have got weak qi energy, it can feel there's a lot of symptoms, but we also lovingly label it as a damp uterus. And so it feels that there's not enough energy feeding the uterus, and thus it can feel damp. It's got a cold energy to it. And I share in my work with you that when it's cold and damp, it's not the best environment for a new implantation to implant itself. Because when implantation starts taking place in the uterine lining, we want there to be like a big bunny rug, just as you'd be holding your baby swaddled in your arms, warm, very, very close to your body. Well, internally, this is what happens when implantation takes place. So we don't want the dampness. We don't want the cool environment. We want the warm, rich, thick environment, like a big, thick bunny rug. And so the practice that I'm going to share with you today, I can send some notes at the bottom of this live later on today. I'm running a whole day workshop after this. So I'll do it later on tonight when I'm back home and settled. So I will talk about some of the indicators of having a cold or a damp uterus. And I'll also give a few herbs and another lot of things that you can consider adding into your repertoire. Um, mm, yeah. So with a uterus being warm and thick, implantation is more successful, and also for staying more so in the long haul, as opposed to women who can have reoccurring miscarriages as a result of having a damp uterus. The other thing is, my friends, that I want to discuss is there's also the anxiousness that takes place. So, like, the whole body is an ecosystem, it all is interrelated. When we are super stressed and worried, and anxiousness kicks in, the feeling of hopelessness can kick in. Will it ever be me? Why is this happening to me? I'm losing trust in my body. This is all part of that, also takes precedence in the ecology of your body, in the ecosystem of your body. And so when we're worrying, we're always on standby, like we're ready to go into a fight, flight, or even a freeze response, especially when there's quite a few invasive treatments that are taking place. It can feel like the body is going in that freeze response. So please, as I'm speaking to you, place a hand on your heart, place a hand on your lower belly. I'm just framing some of the information, so then when we go through the practice and the meditation, there is more of an essence of yoking, which is yoga term of the yoking. We're bringing it in and we're joining synergistically. We're joining the spirit cradle, the soul cradle, the spirit into the body. So we've got that awareness as well, which is why I'm taking a few minutes talking at the beginning of every session that we have together. I spoke yesterday about my mama, where my very first memories of being life on earth was praying next to her pregnant belly that it would be a boy, and she was carrying a boy and was going to have a boy. So back then, babies are so innocent and so connected to the soul cradle. We're closer to source when we're newborns up until about 7 years old. And I knew that my mum was having a boy. I just had this innate sense, and I didn't know it so much that I knew it as a 2-year old, but over the course of my vocation shaping itself, and me shaping within the work that I know that I'm here doing, the reflection pieces started to drop in for me. But my mama, so I was on black and white vinyl tiles in a Victorian home in Ascot Vale here in Melbourne. And we also had a stained glass door, and at the top of that door, and there were colors of blues and greens and reds. And at the top of that door, they had created an altarpiece. I grew up Greek Orthodox, and up there was Mary and Jesus and some other icons, etc. And so that would be the prayer place. I was on the floor before going to bed at nighttime. But what was also carrying on from my mother is not just a prayer of, there was also a poem in Greek that she made me say regarding him being a boy and him having this particular name. But it wasn't just prayer. What I started to transfer was this deep anxiousness and really big worry, because I've got an older sister. I was the second girl, and there's a really big thing about there was this big thing about, and the stigma about not having a boy. And so what I started to realize through the work that I was doing up until today, and how I help women and couples on the journey of conscious conception, is that anxiousness becomes part of the uterine lining. It becomes part of the amniotic fluid. And so we want to try and work with that and try and have our strategies to try and mitigate that as much as possible. So I feel I'm going to leave it there. And I'm now going to talk about prefacing Qigong and this beautiful practice of the water element. When I was working in pharmaceuticals and I was giving up my career to sidestep into doing fertility and the work that I'm doing today, I met a Qigong master, went to a workshop, thought, why am I even going to, I didn't even really know about Qigong, but here I am going to a Qigong workshop. And he was taking us through all the different elements. And then when we were going through the water element, I like had whole body shakes and like, oh my gosh, this is a missing piece for fertility. Qigong put the kidneys in the bladder. And waited till the end of the day, like full on had an impression on me. And I spoke to Simon, the master's name, and I spoke to him about it. And he said, absolutely. Long story short, we got together. He taught me the sequence. He and I recorded it in my Yoga for Qigong and Yoga and Qigong for Fertility DVD, which was about well over 10 years ago. And that's the practice I'm going to teach you today. And I'm also going to send you the video from his YouTube channel, so you can play that back anytime you want without having to watch this whole video, which I feel, is resourceful for you. So Master Simon Blow, we're going to get up off the floor, my friends. We're going to come and do our Qigong practice, and we're going to sit down, and then I'm going to take us into I'm going to call it a blue light meditation today to come into the Soul Cradle. Okay. So let me just prepare it all. Let us stand. Well, I'll stand back. Oh, I just need to show you. At one part when we come to the floor, when I say put your thumbs in and create a fist, this is what I mean, because we're going to be pulling up the earth energy up the legs and into the kidneys. So this is what I mean. Okay, my friends. So let us begin. I hope you can see me okay. I'll be nice and loud. We're going to start off by feet more than hip width apart, bending through the knees. And we're going to raise the arms up overhead, point the fingers towards one another, and it's like you're showering yourself down. You're showering down your energetic body of field. And from here, we lift the arms up, bend the knees, come down slightly. Lift the arms up, scoop them up to the shoulders, bend the knees, come down a little bit further. And on the last one, come on up. And as you bend the knees, bend them down as much as possible. Draw a circle from the knees to the outside down towards the earth. Create a clenched fist, thumbs on the inside, pulling in the Hoi Yin from the earth up and into the back of the kidneys. Start to take the hands out, soft hands, palms of hands, 3 times. We're sweeping towards the kidneys and back out 3 times. And what we're doing is we are displacing or replacing the chi to have more of that healthier chi. So we're drinking that into the body. Beautiful. Thumbs are to the rib cage, fingers are to the back. Start to slide the hands up towards the armpits, around the armpits, through the back of the head. I'm going to come down here just towards the forehead and sweep to the back of the head 2 more times, just like this. The kidney channel that runs over the head. Bring the hands to the forehead. Separate the hands so we're opening out the third eye, taking the palms of the hands without touching the ears, but coming and bringing the chi. We're feeding the chi in through the ears. So the atmosphere that we spoke about yesterday, we're feeding that. So we're breathing in through the whole body. We're taking the chi in through the ears and down the body again. And then we close off and bring those hands down like a shower to the middle of the belly and just hold the belly right there. Let's do that one more time. Opening, so let's create the shower, the energetic shower washing down our body. Slow down the hands. And you might feel that palatability of your energy. And 3 times, my friends, sweep the hands to the shoulders, bend the knees, come down. Sweep the hands back up, a little bit lower. We are preparing ourselves to draw in the chi from the earth into the kidneys. So we're replenishing around the knees. Draw a big circle. Clench the fists, clench the toes, shoulders, clench the jaw, and pull in and up. Center point, it's the belt channel. We're next to the navel. We bring it back, scoop the energy out. We're feeding the earth chi through the kidneys. One more time. Take the hands around the navel belt until the thumbs are pointed to the inside of the body, fingers at the back, and pull up. We're pulling up that energy, up the channels, around the shoulders, around the head, to the forehead 3 times. I'm going to bend my knees here. You don't need to. I'm just demonstrating. Open out the third eye. And drawing that in through the ears. 3 times. Beautiful. From here, yogis, anyway, start to bring the hands down. Let's draw a circle. Closing down the practice. Placing one hand over the other and just squeeze it into the lower belly, setting in and anchoring. Just noticing how you feel. Opening out your eyes. Let's prepare ourselves into a seated position. Just going to move so my friends, I haven't just setting it all up here. Let us take our candle coming into our intention for your practice today. Now, it may be a reinforcement of yesterday. There is power in reinforcing our faith and our prayer. It doesn't need to be something different every day. So feel into what that is for you today. Maybe after the Qigong practice, there might be something else that has come in for you. It is my intention that in this precious group container that we are guided, the light is shined on us always, that if there are any imbalances through the body, mind, spirit, that there is healing hands that come in and help lift, shift. For our beautiful mamas to be, to feel light in the body, to feel tall in the energetic field, to make the space for new life to enter. Let us begin. Let us place our hands just over the lower belly, creating a triangle with your thumb and your index finger. And just where your little pinky, your little finger touches the bottom of near your groin, press in. This is a roundabout where the ovaries are. Just press in and presence yourself. The thumbs are just underneath the belly button. Drawing in the breath, being in the bridge of the nose, the bridge between the veils. Breathing in the atmosphere, breathing in the chi. Knowing that it is shape-shifting your body with life force. And as we are exhaling and shape-shifting the atmosphere around us, the life force of all that there is. And being nice and comfortable as you're breathing out, breathe into the back of the body, follow the attention down the spine and feel yourself sitting in the back of a chair where you're just resting your lower back, pulling the energy through the back, through the pelvis. You might even want to squish from side to side just to make sure that the pelvic floor, the softness, is all nice and squishy and melted. Melted like the honey pot, like the honey that we were swirling yesterday. So just feel that. Allowing the eyes to go down and inwards. So pull them slightly back from the bridge of the nose and looking down your body. Inside your body, looking down past the throat. Hear the breath entering and leaving your body through the back of the throat. Bring in your awareness into the heart space. Noticing if your shoulders need to settle, open, relax. A loving command might be, I release or I surrender to the mystery, to the mystery of the Spirit Babe activation through the blue light today. Bringing your awareness down the body into the upper belly, the back of the ribs where we have fed the kidneys with the qi. The front of the belly, softening the breath, long, smooth, uninterrupted. Lowering your gaze, lowering your awareness further down into the lower belly. Whether your hands are still in the position or not, it does not matter. Get comfortable, my friend. But feeling that imprint, whether your hands are on there or not, feeling the imprint of the triangle, the representation of the womb space. And bringing your awareness just a few fingers, 3 fingers down from the belly button. Take your awareness there. If it helps you to press a finger in there just to feel the imprint, please do so. 3 fingers down, just press your finger in through the central channel. And just let that go. And where that imprint is, on the inner part of your body, the top of the womb, imagine that there is a shape of an oyster shell. And there is a pearl in this shape. And it is blue. And it has an iridescent light. It sparkles, but you can also see that opaqueness, but there is a shine to this blue light that lives deep within the watery center of your womb. Taking the warmth of your breath to this light, to this pearl-shaped blue light. We're not forcing the breath, it's an invitation. The warm golden light through the source of the sun, meeting the blue light deep within. Through this golden channel of light, bridging between the atmosphere and the universe inside of your body of being. This blue light has a path. Breathing in and up. The blue light past the womb space, around the hips, the back of the buttocks. As you're drawing in the in-breath, it is lifting the qi, the light, up around the kidneys, the belly. Lifting the awareness, letting the blue light grow up the center golden channel up into the heart. Noticing how it feels to have this blue light shining into the heart. The chi of your womb, the place of the child, the miracle space. From the womb meeting up to the heart. Feeling and noticing as you have many times before what it would feel to hold, nurse your baby. That imprint is in the heart space. And let us journey deeper, drawing the awareness up the back of the spine to the base of the skull. Taking that energy to the top of the head, near the back of the skull. Just imagining where those three bones, skull bones, fuse a few months after birth. It is called the fontanelle, where you can put your finger in between those bones and feel the squishiness. It's a very delicate, precious point. I call this the spiritual umbilicus. It's the umbilical cord that connects us to the spirit world, the one that you came down into and landed in your mother's womb, the one that your babies, for those of you that have been pregnant, it's a spiritual umbilicus. Let us take the awareness from the back of the eyes now to the top of the head, starting to draw your awareness around your hair, the space around the top of the head, around your body, and lifting your awareness about a foot above your head. And as your awareness is above your head, notice that your body is a column of light. And fan and expand your awareness, as we did with the ears, in bringing the chi into the body through the ears and drawing the chi away. Imagine that the space around you now, the infinite space, is a funnel. Drawing your awareness through the space, higher and higher, higher and higher. Meeting passing clouds in a blue sky. Letting the blue light from within your womb meet the vast blue sky. Just above, finding yourself softly scanning, soft eyes, soft receptive body. Finding yourself go up a little bit higher. Entering the portal of the soul cradle that lives within the funnel of the infinite space. The spirit babes are under the custodian of the Great Mother. You may notice in your imagination that they may be sleeping, others playing, others being nursed. Let the blue light of your womb through the golden channel of source scan in the soul cradle, finding your kin, and it might feel like an energy rush. It might feel like a little flutter. Trust your inner knowing. I will set up some prompts and then be in silence as you explore. There might be this energy rush, as I said, in a part of your body, or maybe come down the body. You might feel the tears welling in your eyes. Trust what comes up for you. No need to force. We are scanning in curiosity this same soul cradle that you were once, I was once a part of, as a new spirit before transitioning into human form. And you can play. Your spirit babe may give you a symbol, might give you a message. If you have been pregnant in the past and your spirit babe hasn't made it earthside, you may even connect with more than one. Today you're visiting the soul cradle with great reverence. to the Great Mother who is taking care of your babe. Feel the frequency of your body and the soul cradle. And hang out here for a little while. And as it's time to bring the visit to a close for now, give your gratitude. The pouring of gratitude allows for an expansion of space in your body, in your energetic field, for more to be drawn back to you. Give great thanks to the mother, the custodian of your babies, of all of the babies, even in the group container that we are in. And I know it might feel difficult to not want to leave, but this is your space to come to any time you wish. We will visit again tomorrow. And so starting to bring your awareness from above the soul cradle to the great blue sky. Bringing it further down past the passing shape-shifting clouds. And over the next several breaths, breathing downward, inward. Drawing your energy field into the physical body. Yes, being expanded away from the body into that atmospheric breath of the universe. But bring your awareness back down into your personal field. There's something quite beautiful when we are able to shape-shift our energy. Noticing when it's even playing really small on the inside of the body to where we can expand it out when we're not feeling so expanded. taking your hands on your body, maybe one on the heart, maybe one on the belly, if that feels good for you, and just rub across the body. Rubbing across the body. And bringing the hands and sliding them down into the womb space again. Connecting with the pearlescent blue light, the little pearl that lives in the place of the child in your womb. Let us open our eyes, reconnect the screen. I will let you be with what you have created. And we can speak in the group or reach out to me personally. So much love, so much joy, and so much gratitude for all that there is, all that there will be, all that is coming.